What up and what's poppin'? It's your dog, Breeze, from Fahrenheit 451, and we are back. September 19th, WNBA playoffs, round one. Got two game twos, and we are back for a Tuesday burn session. It's been a minute since I've been here for a Tuesday burn session. I took a couple little Tuesdays off. It's been crazy. I'm not going to get into it, but I'm going to get into these picks, all right? So first and foremost, let me give you my straights, then I'm going to give you my leans, then we just going to break down the games. That's what that means, all right? First up, first official play, Ariel Atkins, over 11.5 points. She's hit this line in her last 5 out of 7 games. Shakira Austin is out. Delle Donne has went under her line in the last 5 out of 6 games. Cloud is a crapshoot. She might do something, she might not. If she does, it'll only be around 12 to 15 points. You know, maybe 20. Brittany Sykes, she gonna get after it, okay? Don't know if the shots will be falling or not, but she's going to get after it. Ariel Atkins, she just signed a big contract. She was drafted by the team. She's clearly the franchise player. Ariel Atkins over 11.5 points. That's my first bet. Second, I shouldn't even have to tell you this anymore. Jonquel Jizzy, Queen Jonquel Jones, over 11.5 points is what it opened at. Now it's sitting at 13.5. Why is it jumping? You know what I'm saying? Why is it going crazy? She's had at least 19 points in her last 3 games versus the Mystics. Barbecue chicken alert. I don't know what we're talking about. I think she's had 20 and 29. It's been something crazy. But she had 20 last game. All right. Playoffs started last game. She had 20 last game in the playoffs. 20 points. And I got her line. Jonquel, 20 points off of 7 out of 12 shots. They're feeding her the rock. Like I said, barbecue chicken. No Shakira Austin down there. Tiana Hawkins, maybe, down there. Elena Delle Donne, maybe. Hines Allen. You know what I'm saying? Do you get the picture? Yeah. All right. So, first up, Ariel Atkins over 11.5. Then, Jonquel Jones over 13.5. Give me her for 15. Give me her for 20 as well. Elena Delle Donne over 2.5 assists. She's hit this line in the last 5 out of 5 games versus the Liberty. I only found that line on Prize Picks. Went to do some research, put in my little play, snatched it down. However, you can get that Elena Delle Donne 2 assists at minus 230, but it has to be a part of a SGP on DK. And then her 5 assists, I want to say, is like a plus 400, plus 500 on the SGP on DK. I haven't got there on DK yet. We've got 2 hours left, so I might get there. But just letting you know, word to the wise. That's my lean. Well, I can't take it. It would be a pick, so, you know, I like that. But my lean is Elena Delle Donne under 16.5 points. She's went under in her last 4 out of 4 games and in the last 5 out of 6. I also like her under 5.5 rebounds, and she's under this line to the last 4 out of 5. You know the game script, or our game script, is Jonquel snatching everything. Maybe Ionescu, maybe Stewie, maybe Sykes, and definitely Cloud. Shout out to the guys. Shout out to Dream and Flo. Their game script is Ionescu and Cloud grabbing boards. I don't leave much. I don't leave much for Delle Donne, especially when you factor in Hawkins and you factor in Hines Allen. Stop playing. Another lean is, it's just a lean because this is playing with fire. It's like taking Luka's under when he played at well, not when he played at Timberwolves, because we know that's money, but, you know, just taking Luka's under. Another lean is Stewie under 21.5 points. She's under that line in her last 7 out of 10 games. And in the last 5 out of 6 games against DC, against the Mystics. So, plus, let's talk correlation. Let's talk game script. We think they're going to be feeding Jonquel the ball. And I ain't told y'all this yet, but I think that Ionescu might get busy. All right? Natasha Cloud chirping how she be chirping. Oh, I'm for the guard Sabrina the hole. For the guard Sabrina the whole 40 minutes. They in for a rude awakening. Verbatim, end quote. Okay? All right? This is my thing. All right, blah, blah, blah. I'm a guarder for 40 minutes. All right, bet. One Jonquel Jones pick. Jonquel 6'6", something, okay? One Jonquel Jones pick, you ain't guarding her no more. Step back, split ash. All right, stop playing. I got turned up. I'm excited. Anything else in that game? Brittany Sykes, she's had 13, 29, 20, and 16 points in her last 4. She could be a look. If you watch the video, I talked about my short for this game. I talked about Courtney Vandersloot under 7.5 assists. She's went under Courtney Vandersloot went under 7.5 assists in the last 9 out of 9 games against the Mystics. Put the line up. Somebody put the line up. All right, so we can grab it. Yo, as much shit I was talking, Natasha Cloud, she's over 12.5 points in the last 4 out of 5. I was big on Natasha Cloud over 12.5 points last game. Huge on it. Had her on SGPs, this, and that. Burned me. Went out there and had 4 points. So, shout out to Deion Boykin. I seen Deion Boykin talking about that he's taking Natasha Cloud on Prize Picks for over 4 field goals made. That should be free. That should be free. That ain't nothing but 8 points. She had 4 points last game, but she couldn't buy a bucket. Just want to run y'all through everything. Brittany Sykes, she's had over 3 assists or more in her last 6 out of 7. She's hit that. Her line is set at 4.5 assists. She's had 4.5 assists in her last 5 out of 7. Maybe I can set this up somewhere so I can stop looking down all the time. Hold up. Wait a minute. Put some pimping in it. You hear me? Brittany Sykes, she's went over her 4.5 assist line in the last 5 out of 7, and she's had at least 4 assists in the last 3. Don't get me talking builders now. Don't get me talking builders and parlays because you know what we do. So yeah, that's what I got for that game on plays, right? So I'm gonna do it like this. Liberty and the Mystics, right? The game total is set at 162.5. The line is set at Liberty minus 10.5. The Liberty average 89.2 points per game, and the Mystics average 80.5 points per game. So I'm getting a number of 169.7. The total is set at 162.5. I'm leaning over. Also leaning the Liberty to come in here and handle business, but I don't see it being by 11. It could easily be a blowout, but I don't see it being by 11. In the last 5 matchups, the Liberty have lost to Washington 64-80. Then they beat them 89-88. That game went to OT. Then the Liberty beat them again 96-87. Then the Liberty lost to them by 2 right at the end of the regular season, if you remember that, 90-88. And then the Liberty just beat them in game 1 of the playoffs, 90-75, which will give you a total of 165. I'm leaning over. That might become an official play. All right, let's get to the Dallas game. First, let me give you my official picks. Dallas, Atlanta. Man, it might be some fireworks in this one. Especially from Enrique Sabalala and I hate to say it, arch nemesis of the channel, Ryan Howard. All right, so boom. Give me Freaky T, Tierra McCowan from the Dallas Wings, over 10.5 rebounds. In her last 5 games versus Atlanta, she's had 14, 9, 11, 10, and 14 rebounds. 14 rebounds coming in game 1 of the playoffs. Monique Billings, get out the way. Cheyenne Parker, get out the way. Ryan Howard, what you doing on the glass? Freaky T, she finna eat. She finna feast. Especially because we need her for, if you follow me on Twitter, we need her for 12 points for, a couple of them long shots. All right, Freaky T over 10.5 points is my first official play. My next official play is going to be Satou Sabally over 20.5 points. She's hit this line in the last 6 out of 7 games, and Atlanta allows the most free throws, Now, if you know Sabali's build, she's like a 6'4", lanky tweener, power forward center, right? That spells matchup nightmares for Atlanta, who only have Ryan Howard 6'2", Cheyenne, Monique Billings, and I think they got they got one other big off the bench. All right, so I don't see why they, if they can't stop her, I don't see why they wouldn't hack her. You know what I'm saying? So Sabali has had 7 attempts from the free throw line in the last 2 out of 3 games. Hey, the writing's on the wall. But what I really expect to happen is Ryan Howard to come out here gunning. And Enrique. I mean, when doesn't Enrique gun? You know what I'm saying? She has good assist games, but when isn't she fucking shooting that thing? You know what I'm saying? Enrique will shoot the blood out of the ball. So dig this. Let me show you Ryan Howard's line in the last game. Ryan Howard had 36 points on 13 to 29 shots. She had 2 assists and 4 rebounds. And they still lost. So if I'm Ryan Howard, I'm like, oh shit, 36 that really ain't get there. Maybe I need 40 tonight. Plus she had 39 shots. Imagine if she even would have just shot 50%. No, I'm tripping. She had 39 shots. She had 29 shots. But imagine if she went 13 for 29, 13 out of 26 would have been 15%. Even if she would have went, 14 for 29, 15 for 29, she's easily over, you know what I'm saying, the 30 points. Not to mention how many of those are threes. 15 of the 29 shot attempts were threes. Don't let 7 threes fall. That's 21 right there. Sheesh. So I really lean Ryan Howard over her point prop. I think it's at 20.5 or 19.5. But I definitely lean her point prop. No reason not to ladder her up to 30. No reason to play her threes. There's no value in them. But no reason to take her for 20, 25 and a 30 ball. There's also a play on FanDuel. It is a plus 600 where you need Enrique and Ryan Howard to both score 25. That's not far-fetched at all. My game script for the Dallas-Atlanta game is that Natasha Howard is going to continue to not do shit. Sabali is going to go off and do her thing. Enrique is going to do her thing in the flow of the game with an extra side of jacking. Cheyenne Parker going to get hers. I expect Howard to come out seeing red, just green light. You know what I'm saying? Just ultimate green light. And I expect the Wings to pull this one off and advance in the next round and go play the Aces. However, we know, just like we seen the Wings in the first half of game 1, they will come out and shit the bed. When you need the Wings, especially Enrique, when you like, oh, this is a spot, i.e. the last time Enrique and Jewel faced off and we're like, oh shit, this is act 4. The last 3 games had went dummy. I'm like, oh shit, we finna see fireworks. I think Enrique finished with 19. She hooked me on something. She hooked me on a 20 or a 25. So I wouldn't be surprised for Dallas to come out and shit the bed. However, my game script, I expect that thing to go on over. I expect it to be an over game, and I expect Dallas to take care of business. Couple little notes from this line. Cheyenne Parker under 15.5 points in her last 6 out of 7 games versus Dallas. She's had 6 rebounds in her last 6 out of 7. We just did a little builder talk. Ryan has had over 2 assists in the last 6 out of 7 games. She's had 16 points in the last 6 out of 7. Obviously, the 36 points that I alluded to in the last game. Alicia Gray, her stats are so fucking inconsistent. I wouldn't bet her with your money. I did write this down, though. In the last 4, she's had 10, 9, 13, and 21 points. 21 points coming in game 1. Natasha Howard, she's had 3 assists in her last 6 games. She's had at least 8 rebounds in the last 7 out of 8 games. I think Natasha Howard's line is at 7.5, and I believe Flo gave that out on a Prize Pick slip. on Dreams Live earlier. Shout out to the Dreamers. Shout out to Dream. Shout out to Kingmaker Sports, Kingmaker TV coming soon. Like, comment, and subscribe to the guys. Shout out Crispy Cabot. And Natasha Howard she's just had 13 points in the last 7 out of 8. Natasha Howard, man, I can't state it enough. Natasha Howard was the it girl earlier in the season, and Dallas was steamrolling fools. You know, if you get 15 from Howard, 20 from Rike, 20 from Sabali, 10 from Freaky T, it's going to be easy to steamroll fools, and that's exactly what they're doing. And then recently, like after the All-Star break, leading up to the playoffs, Natasha Howard fell off the face of the fucking earth, and I think that definitely attributes to Dallas's struggles. Moving right along, Arike, she's had 21 points or more in the last 5 games. She's had 5 assists in the last 2, 4 rebounds in the last 4 out of 5. Satu Sabalala, she's had 4 assists in the last 3 games, 5 rebounds in the last 3 out of 4. Yeah, not too much to see here. So let's get into the numbers on this game. The total is set for 170.5. And Dallas averages 87.9 points per game, and Atlanta averages 82.5 points per game. And so the total that I got was 170.4. So I think the odds makers, they're always going to be laser sharp, but that bitch is laser sharp. I got 170.4. The total is 170.5. All right. Oh, it's right here. High nigga shit. This is the burn session. I hope you brought your lighters. The spread is Dallas -6.5. In their last 4 matchups, Dallas defeated Atlanta 94-82. Dallas defeated them again 94-77. Dallas defeated them again. Dallas has beat these girls all 4 games in a row. Dallas 94-82, Dallas 94-77, Dallas 85-73, Dallas 85-78. All right. So my game script for this one is Dallas handles business. However, put an asterisk on that, with caution. Tread with caution, because Dallas is known to shit the bed when they're supposed to do their thing, when they're supposed to dominate. I can't tell you how many times I've lost a bet when I'm like, oh, I'm about to take Dallas team total, and they come out flat. Had Dallas first half in game 1 -3.5. It was tied. All right, so don't be surprised if they come out flat, struggle to get going, or lose the game outright. However, I think that they'll tighten up and clutch up. And I think, that they bought that life. I feel like it's the playoffs, it's going around, the coaches in the meetings, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't time for play. You guys aren't the dream. You know what I'm saying? Handle business. I have a prize pick slip that's on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at F4 FIDD1 at F451. I'll give you a recap of my official plays, and then we're going to get out of here. I think I might go cook up a DraftKings. If I do, you guys will be the first one to know. It'll be on Twitter. All right, my official plays, I got 4 of them things. My 4 official plays are Ariel Atkins over 11.5 points. She's hit this line in her last 5 out of 7 games. She's their franchise player. Give me the damn ball. Next, Queen Jonquel Jones. This line opened up at 11.5. It is now sitting at 13.5. Give me Jonquel points over in a ladder all the way up to 20. She's hit this line. She's had 19 points or more in her last 3 games straight. For the later game, Satu Sabali over 20.5 points. She has hit this line in her last 6 out of 7 games. And give me Freaky T Tierra McCowan over 10.5 rebounds in her last 5 versus ATL. She's had 14, 9, 11, 10, and 14. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for checking me out. It's your boy Breeze from Fahrenheit 451, where we burning the books alive. As always, tell at your own risk. Do your own research, gamble responsibly, and remember to always bet with units. Straights are king. Put just a little bit on those parlays. We are sitting at 179 subscribers. We are just 21 subscribers away from 200. My dog Dream told me once we get to 500, we can start monetizing. So let's make some money with there. Hit that subscribe button. Turn them alerts on, because I'm dropping hot fire. I'll probably go live again tomorrow ahead of the Thursday night football game. Like I said, man, thanks for checking me out. Just like my second job, man. I be working my ass off to get y'all these picks. Definitely sacrificing sleep. But it's part of the process, man. Nothing worth having isn't worth fighting for. With that being said, peace, love, Yuta Watanabe, and namaste. Thank you for your views. Thank you for your time. I'm out.